Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me for my fifth YouTube video. I am so thankful to those of you who decided to subscribe, and thank you so much again to all of you who decided to watch this video. I am so excited to share this week's training with you because it has a lot of really cool PRs, so that it meant a lot to me, and I just kind of came into the week with my head down and expecting great things. The giant set for today was dragon flags, deadlift, snatches each arm, and farmer's walks. So at the beginning of each workout, and actually at the beginning of the day of the workout, I try to come up with something to focus on in my mind. Because when you get to the gym, there can be distractions, things happen during the day that you cannot control, but one thing you can control is your attitude and your mindset. And so what I wanted to do was come in with both of those, and one, I was expecting great things out of myself, and two, I wanted to focus on my brace and on quickness. Those are two things that have been very important during this whole training. This whole program, actually, that Brian had written, it was based on the idea of be dangerous. And what be dangerous means to me is to be extremely athletic and capable no matter what situation you find yourself in, whether it's in the gym or you're helping someone. Hey, Miles! I love Miles. That you can be ready. You can be ready to run. You can be ready to lift something heavy. You can be ready to help somebody. I just want to be ready, and I love having fun and using my body. So that's what be dangerous means to me. So I'm super excited, and my my goal was to hit 285 on my axle deadlift. My grip has been my limiting factor, so I was really squeezing that bar really hard. So I was able to get 265 here, and then I was going to jump up to 285, and it came up fast. I had to regrip once and regrip again. This was the funniest lift I think I've ever done. Surprised myself, but extremely excited. It was a blast, and I finished out that day with some volume. Super grateful that everyone was there to cheer for me, and I couldn't be happier. And that carried over to Wednesday's overhead press PR day. We started off with team conditioning with Kona. I don't know about you, but whenever I do some box jumps, I always have a handsome looking puppy with me who's trying to attack me the whole time. Then finishing the rounds with 30 seconds of presses. So the red band was me pressing as fast as I could, and then these blue bands is me pulling down as fast as possible. This is definitely the real speed. So Brian said go as fast as you can, and pretty much no one looks cool doing that. And I definitely don't either. So the whole point of that was to grease the groove basically for the shoulders and make sure that we're activating the back, the shoulders, everything going into this PR day. These, what you're seeing right here, is bandy twisty things. If you haven't tried them, they are a whole lot of fun. It's basically work for your obliques, but it has an explosive twist to it. The giant set for today included weighted pull-ups, log press for me, and overhead variation press for everybody else, rope hits, and bandy twisty things for that oblique work. So today, one of the things I decided to focus on was, yes, explosiveness and speed for the ropes, for the bandy twisty things, and especially for the clean on the log. That's so important. I feel like you can give out a lot of energy and strength by not having an efficient clean. So that's one thing I really work on. And the other thing I'm working on is really packing my lats, so really engaging my lats. As you can see here, I'm moving back and forth in my little hips. I noticed I was doing that. I do that so my lats get engaged into the rope hits. So it reminds me, okay, when my log is on the shelf, I need to be able to lock in my upper back to be able to be as strong as possible and stabilize at the top. That's usually my problem, is I have trouble stabilizing. So I'm really going to be working on assistance exercises for this next training cycle to help with that. But again, these rope hits, trying to translate power from the hips into the rope. So that's what I think about when I do them. My lats engaging and power from the hips. I was hoping to hit a PR I was hoping to be able to do 130 for a couple reps on the log because that's what's in my next competition. But I started to feel kind of shaky, so I dropped it down to 120 and got 3 reps in the minute. So that felt really good. I figure with a week of deload, I should be able to hit that 130-pound log for at least 1 to 2 reps, as long as they don't add 10 pounds or do something crazy in the competition. That'll be cool. End of the day with some shoulder assistance work. Lots of fun. Super excited to show you this next day. Pretty much what I did was I used the strongman. We were supposed to go for a strongman PR, so I decided I wanted to go for the yoke, and I wanted to integrate the conditioning and some weighted planks into a giant set, so I wouldn't waste as much energy, and I didn't want to make this workout very long because my body was already pretty beat up. So I started working my way up on the log, adding 50 pounds each time. So the yoke weighs about 180, so each round I was adding 50 pounds until I got to 380 pounds. Hi, Ryan. It was a little bit of a busy area. So the conditioning was 5 push-ups, 5 burpees, and 5 jumping squats. So they basically just kept me moving throughout the whole time, so that my abs were tight, my body was loose and warmed up for these yoke carries. For the yoke, it's so important for me to keep my core engaged. That's why I decided to add in some weighted planks. So it's a 25-pound plate, and it just reminds me you've got to keep that brace, because the yoke, that's what it's all about. It's basically an ab exercise. So for my competition at USS Nationals in Ohio in June, my weight class has to do a 400-pound yoke for 120 feet. I end up here today at a 380-pound yoke for 100 feet. I was able to move pretty smooth, so I was very proud of that. Pretty smooth, pretty quick. 400 pounds didn't feel as bad as I had in the past. So I'm actually really excited about this event, and my plan is to do a lot of volume work leading up to USS Nationals to get better at that yoke, because some girls are going to be extremely fast, and I'm just going to try to do my very best. Okay, so Saturday, I don't always train 4 days. I get pretty tired, especially on PR week, but this was in my head. I wanted to hit a 200-pound sandbag carry for 50 feet. And if you're able to keep watching, you might see that happen. I added in some abs. Here you can see glute ham raise halos, and Brian doing something with this band, trying to get my attention. That boy, he's always trying to hang out with me. What is happening here? He cracks me up. That's a 175-pound sandbag, so I was able to take that, and then I dragged back. I'm sorry, what I'm trying to say is that's one of the events in the competition. This is it. This is a 200-pound sandbag, and I was able to pick it, lap it, readjust a million times. All I'm thinking here is just get a good grip, and lean back and crush to my chest. And I was able to get that for 50 feet. My hamstrings were on fire. Everyone was excited. It was such an awesome day. I'm so happy that happened. You got to see it. Thanks so much for joining me for this past week's footage of training. I look forward to seeing you next week. Take care.